What's up, gang? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Janique. Thank you so much for tuning back in if you are a returning subscriber. However, if this is your first time joining me, make sure you lock into my channel by clicking on that subscribe button and also click on the notification bell. That way you don't miss an episode of anything that I do here. Today I'm going to be helping you clean up your image, so if you're interested in hearing more, make sure you stick around until the end of the video. Let's go ahead and hop into it.
I look like money, grab the camera, I'll say cheese. What am I supposed to do? When my life look like my pictures do. What? He still ain't posted you. Come let me show you what you supposed to do. Go, bounce up on that dude. Go show these niggas they can't F with you. Look what you made me do. I gotta show you how real I'm.
You know, I got the idea from this video today because I know a lot of people out there want to grow. A lot of people out there want to change into who they've always wanted to become. But I know a lot of people are scared to make that step towards change because they don't really know where to start. So I came up with a short list today to try to get you started on cleaning up your image. It'll be uncomfortable at first, but you know, if you give it a try and you put a plan into effect to make sure you implement the changes I'm going to be telling you to make today, then you'll see what difference it makes in your life. So the first thing you need to do to clean up your image is clean up your social media. Now, cleaning up your social media is going to come in various ways. There's really three types of people on social media. The first person would be the person who is a poster. That's going to be people who post stories, they post posts, they post shorts. I mean, they post anything. This person will post. You'll catch them online at least once a day posting an update. The second type of person on social media is going to be a person who views. This person really doesn't post too much. Maybe they used to in the past and they don't have time much these days, or maybe they're just not interested in posting these days. But this person is still up to date on everything happening on social media, even if they're not making their presence known. Now, the third type of person on social media is going to be a person who's commenting but not posting anything. So they're not a part of the content, but they're going to be talking about the content that you post, okay? So they don't want to be judged, but they're going to be judging you. So again, there's three types of people. So to clean up your social media, first of all, you got to determine which one you are. So if you're a person who posts all the time, right? What are you posting? When I say clean up your social media, you have to clean it up to present it in a way that you want to be perceived. So say for instance, right, if you want to be perceived as, like, say you want a man, you want a husband, you want to be perceived as like a Proverbs 31 woman, right? You're going to clean up your social media by posting modest content, okay? So say you post yourself twerking in a club. I'm not saying you can't go to the club and twerk. I'm saying don't post it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this is how you clean up your post. I'm not saying you can't go turn up with your girls. I'm saying don't post the whole turn up, right? You can post the getting ready portion, maybe your outfit, maybe a cute pic to show the vibes, but you don't have to post what you're doing exactly, if that makes sense, okay? Say you're a meme poster, and I used to be one of these people. I post memes all day, but when I go back to look at the types of memes I was posting, I cringe because I couldn't believe I was posting things like this on social media. So if you're a meme poster, then you're going to clean up the types of memes. You're going to take out the raunchy content, okay, if you don't want to be perceived as raunchy. You're going to say say you're just reposting a meme and there's a word in there that you don't really want to show. Just X out the word, put your own word. You're going to kind of edit the content, but monitor everything that's going out from your page, because every post you make is a representation of you. Okay? People are always watching. I don't want you to think they're not. I don't care if you're a person with 5 followers. Somebody's looking at you, okay? People are always watching. They won't always say nothing, because I just told you there's 3 types of people on social media, and only one of them was commenting, okay? I didn't say all 3 people were commenting. No, only one of them was commenting. So everybody doesn't comment. So everybody's not going to acknowledge what you're doing, but trust me, they're watching. Now, say you post a lot of pictures. you're going to change up the type of pictures you post. So say you got a big old onion. I can relate to you. I feel you, okay? But you gonna change the way you post this onion, okay? Instead of onion, you're gonna start posting your face. You're going to become face, okay? When people look at you from now on, instead of onion, they're gonna think, wow, this woman is beautiful, and she also has a nice body. So you're gonna post more face shots than you do onion shots. And if you post the onion shot, you're not gonna get all up on your onion. It's gonna be very tasteful. It's gonna be in positions where you're not looking like you're trying to show your behind off to every man on social media. No, you're going to post it in a way where I'm just showing you I take care of my body. I'm not trying to get you to come into my DMs and solicit me for sex. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how you're going to clean up your posting, okay? If you want to be perceived as a modest woman, you want to be perceived as more of a wife, you want to be perceived as girlfriend material, whatever your goal is in this life, you're going to clean up your social media to adjust to who you want to be, okay? Even your old posts. I know a lot of us want to hold on to old likes we got. Okay, on this post we had 1,000 likes. Okay, we want everybody to see that. No, it doesn't matter. If that post was raunchy, if that post didn't present you in the best light, I don't care how many likes or comments it has or views, you're going to archive it, okay? You're going to save it. No one needs to see it. They already saw it, okay? So clean up your post. All right, the next type, remember, the person who views. So this is a person who really doesn't post at all. Now you're going to make a change because you're going to start posting. So instead of being the viewer, you're going to become the person that people want to view, okay? So you ain't got to post no crazy content or anything like that, but just post subtle things to let people know that you're not just being a creep and staring at them all day, but you also have an opinion. You also have things to say. You are not a bot. You are not AI. You are a real person. You exist and you have your own opinion, and you're not there to spy on them and relay information back to the government. You know what I'm saying? Like if you get what I'm saying, that's how you clean up your image a little bit, okay? Because if you're not going to get on there and participate, just stay off. Just stay off. Why are you on there anyway? You're not participating. Why do you care so much about what other people are doing? Why do you want to view everything that they're doing? Why are you so into that? No posts? That's weird, okay? You ain't posting nothing? No. You need to go ahead and just get off if you ain't going to participate. The third type of person, remember, is a commenter. Now, if you're a commenter, and this is something that I want to get across on my page, please, there is a such thing as social media etiquette. You need to watch how you're presenting yourself in these streets, especially in the comments. You never know who is going to come along and view the same post and check out your crazy comments. You should not be attacking anyone in the comments. You shouldn't really be being negative anyway, because when somebody looks at that and see your negative comment, now I can see if you're trying to be funny, but if you're being negative, people are going to understand that inside of you is negative as well, okay? You want to present yourself as who you are at all times. So when that monkey get on your back because you didn't like the post that you just saw and you have the most negative thing in the world to say, control yourself, take a deep breath, and don't comment. You're going to keep it pushing. This is how you clean up your image. You don't want to be perceived as a negative person. People don't like negative people. The Lord doesn't like negative people, okay? That doesn't tell us that you're walking with the Lord. That tells us that you're rocking with the enemy because you are negative. If you are speaking negativity, then people are having a negative experience with you, and you're going to attract more negative commenters who are going to agree with your negativity in the comments. You don't want to be the source of that. Okay, so if you don't have anything nice to say and you're a commenter, keep it pushing. Control yourself. Tell a friend. Just tell a friend. Like if somebody's saying with you, just say it out loud. Tell the Lord. He likes to talk. Tell God how you feel about the post. But stop commenting negativity. You don't want to be perceived as that. People go on a post and the first thing they see is your negative comment. What Nicki Minaj say? I think she said she was in a game room, so she ain't in the comments on the shade room. You get what I'm saying? You shouldn't even be having no time to comment. That's how busy I want you to be. At the end of the day, social media is a great source of income. So instead of watching people all day, instead of posting crazy stuff all day, why don't you take some time and invest in yourself and clean up your image a little bit, and you be the poster. Take control of social media. Make it your social media. Don't make it an experience where you're busy contributing to other people's lives. Try to have it where people contribute to your life. On social media, you have to understand, like, the same way you can comment what your opinion is of a person or a thing or whatever you saw, other people have the ability to have their own opinion as well. So why not allow them to have their own opinion? Just let them have it. I don't understand why people feel something negative, feel a negative emotion, dislike something that they just saw, and feel the need to initially comment. I never had that experience. Like, if I don't like something, I'm keeping it pushing. I'm not even giving it my energy. Why would I? I don't like it. So my mind doesn't work the other way. So that's how you clean up your social media. A few ways to do it. There's so many tutorials out there that'll teach you how to take a picture. There's tutorials out there that'll teach you how to dress a certain way that you want to dress. There's so many clothing hauls out there. I might even start doing clothing hauls myself because I do shop a lot. But there's so many ways to achieve the look that you're going for, to achieve the aesthetic that you're going for. All you have to do is go research, find out, and go about it that way. Now, the next thing you're going to be cleaning up to clean up your image is cleaning up your communication style, okay? Like I just talked about with the commenting on people's posts. Just like you don't want to be negative in people's comments, you don't want to be negative in people's real life, okay? Now, sometimes, of course, you have to be honest and blunt, and people are not going to like that. But just because you're being honest and blunt doesn't mean you're being negative. So I don't want you to confuse being honest and being blunt with being negative, okay? Being honest and blunt, people need that. I'm saying don't be negative. Like, don't say people have a dream. Say a person has a dream and they're telling you about their dream. The first thing out of your mouth should not be negativity. It should be support. I don't care what their dream is, because it's not your job to kill somebody's dream. You get what I'm saying? Say somebody is giving you good news about something that is going on in their life. You're not going to respond with negativity. You're going to respond with positivity and allow them to understand that you are in their corner if you truly are. Because if you comment with negativity, a person's going to think you're not in their corner, okay? You don't want to give off the wrong impression. So don't be a negative entity in a person's life. Don't. I'm telling you right now, don't be a negative spirit. People are going to always remember the bad over the good. That just goes with anything in life. So I'm telling you, don't be a negative presence in a person's life. Be a light. I'm telling you, you attract way more people by speaking positivity, speaking life into people. You attract more tribes like that. You attract genuine people, and you attract loyalty. People like people that encourage them. You understand? That they have good energy around. So you don't want to be bad energy. Not only are you going to not be negative, but you're going to stop gossiping, okay? And trust me, I know this is a hard one because I'm coming from a long line of gossipers, period, point blank. I grew up around gossipers. I went to school with gossipers. I worked with gossipers. I have been surrounded by gossipers my whole life. It was extremely hard to stop gossiping because that's all other people want to do. When you talk to other people, they have some gossip. They have some tea. What's the tea? What's tea? What they say? What's tea? That's all people do these days is gossip. People don't want to talk about God. They'd rather talk about other people. What they got going on. Their business. They want to be messy. But you have to fight that spirit. You don't want the spirit of gossiping to be over your life, okay? I'm telling you right now, if you're a person that gossips, trust me, people are gossiping about you, okay? What you sow, you will reap, okay? You don't want to be out here telling everybody business because everybody going to be telling your business when it comes time for that, okay? You want to be a person of substance. You want people to actually call you because you have something to talk about, okay? And you start realizing when people really actually genuinely like you and they want to talk to you, because if you don't have no gossip or no tea to tell nobody, trust me, they're going to stop calling you if that's all they're calling you for. But those people who are calling to genuinely get to know you, genuinely talk to you, they genuinely like you and want to spend time with you and converse with you and have you in their energy and being yours as well, they're going to stick around if you stop gossiping, and they're going to take that on as well. But if you gossiping and they gossiping, y'all gonna keep that spirit going between y'all all day, every day, And again, it's going to lead to people gossiping about you. This is what you want to avoid. Okay? If you mind your own business, guess what? When it comes time for your business to be put out and stuff like that, guess what? People gonna mind their own business because you do the same. Whereas if you're a person who tells everybody's information and your time comes around, guess what everybody gonna be doing? They're gonna be telling your information too. Stop cursing. And I'm still struggling with this myself because I grew up cursing. So it's hard for me to take that word out sometimes or to fight it when it comes up because I'm just speaking. I don't know when it's going to come out all the time. You know, I'm just in the moment. So, but if you have the choice, just try to refrain from doing it. On my YouTube channel, I try not to curse at all. I try to make sure that the verbiage that I'm speaking doesn't really have any profanity in it. But you don't want to be perceived as a person who doesn't have a vast vocabulary, as a person who is not intelligent. Because people always say that the more you curse, the less intelligent you are. So they can get that impression from you, even if that's not always the truth. So try to refrain from cursing. Anyway, cursing is not always a good thing. Being cursed means the future is not looking too good for you. So you don't want to really curse people anyway, okay? Just pray for them, if you know what I mean. Now, I guarantee you, if you clean up your communication style, more people will want to talk to you, right? People will want to be in your energy. They will want access to you because they understand that you know how to talk to people. They understand that you know how to communicate, and I guarantee you, people love that. They love that. Regardless of what they say, people love people that communicate well. They're always going to want to talk to you. People are going to be blowing up your phone. You're going to be the one telling people, like, nah, I can't talk right now. Like, you're going to understand the importance of being able to communicate effectively, okay? And then, again, you're going to communicate in a way that you want people to perceive you. So if you want to be perceived as super intelligent, learn a bunch of words and then start talking to people. Start speaking in a different way. Take some classes. You know, you can take a speech class. You can go on YouTube, look it up. You can go on TikTok, look it up. So there's ways to refine your speech. That way you can be looked at however you want to be looked at, okay? I speak in a way where I could speak Ebonics, where I speak Ebonics one moment and I could speak professionally the next moment. Like, you never know what you're going to get with me, but I have the ability to code switch. And that's only because I'm still me at the end of the day. Regardless of what I learn and what I intake, it just adds on to who I am as a person. It does not take away who I originally was. So my accent is still going to come out. My origin is still going to come out. You know, it's where I'm from. This is how I talk. But at the same time, I still speak with substance. I still have things to say. I can still get my point across. I'm not using profanity. Not now. I don't think anything has slipped out since I've been on the video, but I just present myself in a more polished way. And the next thing you're gonna clean up is your spirit. Okay? When I say clean up your spirit, you're gonna give your spirit a complete makeover. Okay? You're going to look at the type of habits that you have and see how it's impacting your spirit, whether it be drinking, because we know drinking and consuming alcohol is basically consuming spirits. Okay? So you can have blackouts when that happens. You can have impaired behavior, impaired judgment. There's all kind of things that could be a result of you drinking, right? So you're going to take a look at yourself and see, like, is that a problem you have, or do you do it occasionally? Me, myself, I don't really drink too much. I drink for my birthday, and really, I don't really drink outside of that. And that's only because I don't want impaired behavior. I don't want impaired judgment. I want to be present 9 times out of 10, right? Because when you be drunk, sometimes you ever had somebody like, last night you was wild, you was doing this, doing that, and you like, oh, I don't remember that. Yeah, because you were drinking. That spirit had taken over your body, so you weren't present. It was whatever the spirit was doing was taking place. So you want to adjust those habits. I'm not saying you have to cut out drinking altogether. I'm just saying adjust the habit. So when you go out, maybe not take every drink that's offered to you. And I know that feeling that you get when you in the club and you just want to turn up. So every time somebody offers you something, you taking advantage of it because you want to turn up. You want to have a great time. You want to essentially escape reality. But it's okay to pace yourself, right? During my last few interactions in the club, I would say I want water, and people be looking at me funny, and some people don't like that feeling of how people react when they say they're not drinking. I done had a friend before. I went out with her. I said I'm not drinking. She was like, why you not drinking? I said, oh, I'm just not in the mood to drink. She was like, okay, well, I don't really like drinking too much either. Like, maybe I'll do the same thing. And I was like, well, why don't you invite me somewhere else other than a bar then? She was like, oh, I thought that's what girls do. No, girl, we can hang out anywhere. If you don't want to get drunk, I understand that. I don't want to get drunk either. We can go do something that doesn't require alcohol. But she said she was scared to tell people that because she was scared that girls wouldn't want to hang out with her. And I just could not believe that, but that's a real thing. So my last few interactions in the club, I'll say, I just want water. People look at me funny like, are you pregnant? No, I'm not pregnant. I'm just not in the mood to get turned up. Like, just have my memory wiped out tonight. Like, I'm good. I'm cool. Don't be afraid to turn down a drink. So, okay, you can have one when you get in the club. You can have one before you leave. But it doesn't take a lot to get to where you're going, okay? So that's what I'm saying. Pace yourself. If you do decide to take a drink, don't be that person where people think, oh, this person gets sloppy drunk. Are you known as a sloppy drunk? You don't want to be known as that. This person takes it too far. This person gets angry when they're drunk. This person messes everything up. Or we can't invite so-and-so because you don't know how they act when they get off that liquor. Don't be that person, okay? Same with smoking. You don't want to be smoked out, okay? It is okay to enjoy your habit, but don't let that take over your life, okay? If you're still not handling your business, but you're making sure that you rolled up, then you need to make sure you adjust those priorities, adjust the energy that you're giving to those habits, okay? You want to adjust your style, okay? You want to change up how you dress to fit who you want to be, to fit your new image. You want to go through your closet and you want to throw away what no longer serves you, okay? So if you have, I know for instance, I went through my closet before I moved to Texas, right? I really went through and scrubbed through to see like what did I want to look like? How do I want to present myself? What type of woman do I want to be? I had to kind of do away with the things I would wear all throughout my 20s because I had to come to terms with the fact that I wasn't going to be in those places that I was at during a lot of my 20s, right? I wasn't going to be in those environments. I didn't need a lot of those clothes. So you don't have to throw stuff away. I know stuff is expensive. You can always go to Plato's Closet, sell it. I know they have little clothing stores in every city that accept clothes as well. Or you can give it away to Goodwill, donate it to a family member or a friend. But go through your closet. Get rid of clothes that represent the person you used to be. The person that you want to become. You only want to have clothes that serve that. And you know, if you make room for new things, then you can go shopping. You have more things to buy because you have more room to fill up. Whereas if you hold on to everything that fits the old you, then you won't be able to make room for the things that represent the new you. Even change your living and working environment. So say you're tired of being hood, okay? Let's say, I'm just using it as an example. There's nothing wrong with being hood. I love hood people. I love doing hood rat things with my friends. Just kidding. But say you're looking to transition from the hood aesthetic, right? You're going to make sure that you, first of all, say you can't move, okay? That's okay that you can't move. You can live anywhere and turn it into a dope space, okay? You can look up furniture on a multitude of websites. You can look up decor on a multitude of websites. You can just make sure that you change the environment that you're in. You know, what is it called? Feng shui, where you change around things in the home. You can change up your environment. Even if you can't physically move, okay, change up your environment. But if you could physically move out of those types of environments, move. That'll change your whole mindset. Like, I'm telling you, when you live in a nicer place, then your mind space or your head space is a lot clearer. I'm telling you. When you live in a filthy environment, when you live in an environment where people are constantly littering outside, there's constantly drama, there's constantly shootouts, there's constantly police presence, there's constantly all kind of things that contribute to that hood aesthetic, then that can warp the way you think. It can change your mentality. It can make you more negative. It can make you more depressed. It can make you more anxious, more stressed out. It can cause you to be a person who you're trying to transform from. Even change your working environment. If you're trying to become a new person, you're not going to work at these old places that fit the old you. Say you don't want to be a stripper no more, right? And I'm just using this as an example. You're not going to keep stripping, of course. You're going to go out and find another profession. And I know that can be hard for some people because, fast money, they think is the best money. But Even if you're getting the money a lot slower, still is it a bad compromise when you think about the things that you no longer have to encounter or deal with anymore. So if you have to change your work environment to fit a new you, to clean up your image, do that. But you need to pick a job that fits the person that you want to represent. You're going to go hang out at places that fit your spirit, okay? So you're not going to go hang out in the craziest places on the street, in the alleys, on the bridges and stuff like that if you don't want to be perceived as a person who does that. Right? You're going to go hang out in museums, maybe the library, maybe you're going to go to a worship center. I mean, all kind of places that you can go to fit your new image. You're going to do that. The next thing you're going to make sure you clean up is your circle. Make sure you put people in place around you that represent you. Make sure the people that you put around you influence you to make the best decisions. Make sure the people that you put around you are on the same path that you're on. Even if you guys are not doing the same thing or ultimately ended up the same place, the relationships still have to make sense, okay? You don't want to be just hanging out with people in vain. Hanging on the phone with people in vain. Talking to people in vain. Like, you want everything in your life every day to be intentional. Plan out your whole day. Pick the people that you want to put in your day. You have the power to pick and choose. Isn't that the cool thing about life? You don't have to talk to nobody that you don't want to talk to. So if a person don't fit where you're going, why are you talking to them? Because y'all grew up together? Who cares? I don't care about that. I could care less. I could care less. If we're not on the same wave, we're not on the same vibe, we don't have the same mindsets, why would I spend this time with you when I could spend it working on my goals, working on my dreams, spending it with people who are aligned with where I'm going? Once you go ahead and clean up your circle, and I know it could be hard, you know, I know it's a lot of hard conversations that you have to have, but some people don't deserve a conversation. I'm going to be honest with you. When you sit down and really think about the experiences that you have with people, think about how people treat you. Take some time, reflect on it, journal it down, write pros and cons if you have to, but think about how a lot of people in your life treat you. Think about who is going to be there for you in your time of need. Think about who is going to be able to support you throughout the journey that you're on right now. Think about who is going to be not only there for you physically, but there spiritually for you as well. Think about the people that you will want to see stand beside you when you get married. Think about the people you will want at your child's birthday parties, at your anniversary parties, at your family reunions. And I see 222 on the clock. Think about the people that you will want at your funeral. I mean, think about the type of people that you want in your life. And if the people are not aligned with that, cut them off. I don't care what y'all got going on. Too many trauma bonds out here, not enough real bonds, okay? The last thing that you want to do to clean up your image is clean up your accountability. You want to make sure you start holding yourself accountable. Even when it comes to these changes that I just told you need to make in your life, right? Commit to changes and hold yourself accountable. You're going to commit to a change, write it down, record it, whatever you got to do to make sure that you have documented that you're committing to these changes, right? And once you commit to the changes, set a milestone where you can go ahead and measure yourself at. Say you want to clean up your image and become a social media personality or make a podcast or anything that you want to do. Set a milestone. Okay, maybe after this many episodes, I'll review myself and see where I am. See, did I make the changes that I committed to? Did I actually implement those in my life? Were they beneficial to me, or did they deter me from the goal at hand? And most importantly, once you set the milestone and you measure yourself and you get there, reward yourself if you met the goal. But if you did not meet the goal and you did not put the changes in effect to make the goal, it's one thing if you made the changes and still didn't make the goal. Okay, you gave it your best shot. But when you don't even make the changes and you expect it to meet the goal, but you still didn't meet the goal, that's unrealistic, right? Don't reward bad behavior. So when you make these changes, reward yourself along the way. That's how you keep pushing and keep going, okay? You said you're going to clean up your social media and you did it. Okay, congratulations. Reward yourself on the way. Take yourself out for a celebratory drink, okay? Don't do too much. Buy yourself a celebratory bag, okay? Buy yourself a celebratory outfit, okay? Plan yourself a celebratory trip, okay? The little things, okay? Buy yourself something on DoorDash, okay? Go ahead and Uber Eats that day. Like, whatever you can do to treat yourself, do that, okay? If you clean up your communication style, you've been speaking more effectively, you've been changing up the communication between you and a lot of people in your life, and they are loving it, reward yourself, okay? If you clean up your spirit, clean up your circle and everything, you clean up the way you dress, you clean up your environment, you have changed everything around you as well as change yourself, reward yourself. You held yourself accountable along the way. You didn't take any shortcuts. When you did not make the goal and you didn't do the steps needed to make the goal, Look yourself in the mirror. Tell yourself, okay, you didn't do it this time. What are you going to do differently to make sure it doesn't happen again, okay? But these are all the ways that you can clean up your image. Changes necessary to get to where you're going. You cannot do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. That is complete insanity. I do have a couple of Bible verses, of course, to go along with this message. So let's go ahead and get into those. We have Ephesians 4:29. And it says, do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. So God says here, don't gossip. Don't gossip. The only thing you should be talking about is what benefits another person. He says if it doesn't benefit another person, if it doesn't benefit the person listening, don't talk about it. Don't let any of that talk leave out your mouth. Okay? God says watch your words. The next scripture I have is going to be Luke chapter 5, verse 36 through 39. And it says, then he spoke a parable to them. No one puts a piece from a new garment on an old one. Otherwise, the new makes a tear, and also the piece that was taken out of the new does not match the old. And no one puts new wine into old wineskins, or else the new wine will burst the wineskins and be spilled, and the wineskins will be ruined. But new wine must be put into new wineskins, and both are preserved. And no one having drunk old wine immediately desires new, for he says the old is better. So God is saying here, you can't be a new person and expect to be in the same old environments. Put yourself in the same old environments. Put yourself in the same clothes. Put yourself in the same habits, in the same situations, in the same relationships, in the same bonds, in the same patterns as the old you. It's not going to work. God said you had to be put into, if you're new wine, you had to be put into a new wineskin. He said no one having drunk old wine immediately desires new. So he said immediately you're not going to desire new situations, new environments, new clothes, new perspectives. He said you're not going to immediately desire that. He said for he says the old is better. You're going to think the past was better than what the present is going to bring you, but don't be fooled. That's a trick of the enemy. God says new wine needs to be in new wineskins. He said, or it'll burst. Your old wineskin will burst. It's not going to be able to hold the new wine that you are. You got to put yourself in some new situations, new environments, new clothing, new everything. It got to be new. And the last scripture I have today is going to be Luke chapter 9, verse 25. And it says, what good is it for someone to gain the whole world and yet lose or forfeit their very self? God says, what good is it if you gain the whole world if you lose yourself? If you have to give yourself to gain the whole world, God said, what good is that? It's no good at all. You need to keep yourself. If anything, you need yourself. Okay? He said gaining the whole world won't be any good to you if you lose yourself. No, you need to be focused on keeping yourself, and then you'll gain whatever comes with it. You can't do what you always done and expect different results. One particular client I was personal training, who she would miss sessions, show up late, barely put in any effort, and ultimately she was not able to continue with her fitness journey because she just wasn't invested in it. But how can you be invested in it if you still putting the same effort in as you've been putting in, but you expect a different result? She wasn't seeing the results she wanted. She wasn't seeing her man acting different. She wasn't seeing her body changing. She wasn't seeing what she wanted to see. But she wasn't understanding. She wasn't making the changes she needed to make to see effective results. So I hope you got something from my message today. If you did, make sure you check out some of my other messages, and I will see you in the next video. Janique here, Janique TV. Peace.